Now we are going to learn about federated averaging algorithm. We can see from this slide that devices are sending their computation to the server, their updates to the server, and server is aggregating all the updates to generate the combined model. In this combined model, federated averaging algorithm will be applied. Whereas when device is calculating, where device is generating its update, it is applying stochastic gradient descent model (SGD). Stochastic gradient descent model will be applied for optimization purpose. It is one of the optimization algorithm to compute some of the optimal point so that they may generate their updates and send their updates to the central server. When federated averaging algorithm is applied by the server, it has certain hyperparameters such as number of rounds that we have to do on clients and size of batch, learning rate, architecture of the model. All these things need to be determined before we apply federated averaging algorithm. When we do these updates, we need to do an aggregation step. The simplest thing that we do is to perform weighted average step. As we know, each client will have different number of training examples. It is also one of the defining characteristic of federated learning that every client can have its own number of training examples. We see that every client will have different number of training examples. Instead of taking simple average of updates, we can take weighted average of updates by dividing number of training examples over total number of training examples. Like if I have 10 training examples and someone else have, other client have 100 training examples, then my weighted average will be 10 over 110 and their weighted average will be 100 over 110. So they will have more weight as my model was trained on just 10 examples and their model was trained on 100 examples. The slide is presenting federated averaging algorithm that we have applied on earthquake data. We can see there is a procedure for server in which server is collecting all the updates and calculating weighted average. And we can also see the client procedure here. The client is splitting into batches and calculating epoch, and all the processes shown here. Now we have learnt about federated averaging algorithm. In next lecture we will see about challenges of federated learning.